Have you ever wondered why some interfaces are more visually appealing and memorable than others? Have you ever been captivated by the colors of an interface without knowing why? In this masterclass, we'll answer these questions and much more. Color is a vital component of user interface design. It can help you, as a designer, to establish a strong visual hierarchy by guiding users' attention, set the product's overall aesthetic tone, convey emotions, and so much more. Color should guide and inform your users and optimize the product's accessibility. It all leads to an excellent user experience, and that should always be our goal. One of the most common mistakes in UI design when it comes to colors is the use of too many colors. A design with too many colors can be overwhelming and confusing for the user. It can also make it difficult for the user to identify the most important elements of the design. Another common mistake is the use of clashing colors. Clashing colors are colors that do not work well together and can create a jarring effect. They can be distracting and make it difficult for the user to focus on the content. For example, imagine a website with a bright green background and red text. If just thinking about it makes you feel disgusted or angry, that's a really good sign that you're going through the right masterclass. Bad color choices can significantly impact the effectiveness of your designs. They can make it difficult for the user to navigate the design, cause confusion or frustration, and send the wrong message. As designers, it is essential to understand the power of color and use it deliberately to create designs that are not only visually appealing, but also effective in communicating the right message. Let's take a look at color from another angle. Color is the visual sensation that occurs when light reflects off an object and enters the human eye. The color we perceive is a result of the wavelengths of light that are absorbed or reflected by the object. The color that we see are those that are reflected back, while the colors that are absorbed are not seen. For example, a red apple looks red because it reflects red wavelengths of light, while it absorbs other colors like blue and green. As humans, we have a unique ability to perceive colors thanks to our eyes and brain. Vision is obviously involved in the perception of color. A person can see in dim light, however, without being able to distinguish colors. Only when more light is present do colors appear. Pay attention to how and when you perceive color next morning, especially if you sleep in a dark space. I'll just give you a short science introduction to color. Don't worry, it won't be complex, just enough to give you a solid understanding of the science behind color. Ready? Okay. There are two types of photoreceptors involved in human sight. There are rods and cones. Rods work at very low levels of light. We use this for night vision because only a few bits of light can activate a rod. Rods don't help with color vision, which is why at night we see everything in grayscale. Cones require a lot more light, and they allow us to see color. We have three types of cones: blue, green, and red. Each one is sensitive to a different range of wavelengths. These cones work together to help us see a vast range of colors. Our brain then interprets those signals and creates a perception of color. For example, we might see a beautiful sunset and perceive colors such as yellow, orange, and red. Even under identical conditions, the same object may appear red to one observer and orange to another. That means that the perception of color depends on vision, light, and individual interpretation. An understanding of color involves physics, physiology, and psychology. There is one unexpected difference between light perception and sound perception I'd love to share with you to help you think about the color perception a bit more. When beams of light of different colors, such as red and yellow, are projected together onto a white surface in equal amounts, the resulting perception of the eye signals a single color, in this case orange, to the brain. It's a signal that may be identical to that produced by a single beam of light. In comparison, when two musical tones are sounded at the same time, the individual tones can still be easily discerned. The sound produced by a combination of tones is never identical to that one of a single tone. Learning about color from perspectives of physics, physiology, and psychology can deepen your understanding of color. But it's not something I think we need to spend too much time on to allow you to grow into a master of color for the needs of UI and UX design. Understanding the science behind color can help you make informed decisions about color in your designs, and it can help you to create interfaces that are visually engaging and effective. Was this hard to understand? It wasn't, right? As I already shared, the goal of this course is not to be theoretical, but practical. Knowing what I just shared about the science of color should be enough for us to continue. If any of these topics sparked an interest in you, feel free to dive in deeper into the topic at your own pace once you complete this course. The power of color in UI design cannot be overstated. Color can be used to guide user attention, convey emotions, and set a tone for the user experience. Colors can evoke emotions such as calmness, excitement, trust, and even hunger. Imagine seeing the colors of your favorite fast food restaurant. The colors of the logo, interior design, and menu items can all be designed to make you hungry and crave a specific meal. Another example are social media apps like Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. All of these platforms use blue as their primary color, which has been shown to evoke a sense of trust and reliability. Similarly, Snapchat uses a combination of yellow and white to evoke feelings of excitement and playfulness. The effective use of color in these apps has definitely contributed to their success in the market. We just touched upon the basics of color, how we as humans perceive it, the power of color in interfaces, and the science behind color. By understanding these concepts, you will be able to create interfaces that are visually appealing, memorable, and effective in communicating your message. As a designer, you need to use color deliberately, keeping in mind the emotions and associations that different colors can evoke. Thank you once again for joining me on this colorful journey, and I can't wait for us to dive in deeper. I hope you feel the same.